as the Canucks beat Edmonton for the second time this preseason. Oilers start playing for real on Wednesday. The Canucks a week from tonight as the NHL season draws ever so close. Starting goaltenders, Jacob Markstrom stopped 33 of 37 in his only other preseason appearance, the 4-2 loss to Arizona. Cam Talbot, 21 wins last year for the Oilers. Pretty good goals against average and save percentage and 3 shutouts in his first year with Edmonton. It's a final audition for young Troy Stetcher, number 51 on defense for Vancouver, the Richmond native, trying to make his mark and, against all odds, make the team. We know Adam Larson will be on the Oilers. Came over in the trade for Taylor Hall, and he starts this game on defense, along with Oscar Klefbom. Connor McDavid up front with Milan Lucic and Jordan Eberle. Canucks start with the Sedins and Yannick Hansen. They were underway with the puck played in behind the Edmonton goal. Larson hooks it up the boards. Eberle couldn't clear past Alex Edler, and the puck is sent around to the far side. Milan Lucic turns, gets it to Eberle, who got it to the line, not out, came to Stetcher, is going to get a penalty here as he tried to stay the puck to the shot.
You mentioned all the emotion for the Calgary Flames coming up to this new building. The excitement of having Johnny Gaudreau back in the lineup with the new deal is going to give them energy, and we saw Mark Messier and Wayne Gretzky skating around the rink, and I think the natural passing of the torch is the new captain, Connor McDavid. No question who the star is here, and what an opportunity to build his own legacy in this amazing new building.
Lots of new things tonight. First game from
skating around McDavid. No question who the star is here, and what an opportunity to build his own legacy in this amazing new building.
Lots of new things tonight.
First Gretzky skating around the rink, and I think the natural passing of the torch is the new captain, Connor McDavid. No question who the star is here, and what an opportunity to build his own legacy in this amazing new building.
6 minutes, 15 seconds of 6 minutes.
Eberle in on the turns. The Oilers able to recover and break it up.
6 minutes, 30. 6 minutes, 33 seconds of 1 hour.
Here's Eberle in on the right wing. Slap shot. Right pad saved by Markstrom. Rebound clear to the side. Oilers get it there. McDavid centers. Lucic couldn't make contact. Shot from the line by Sekera. Stopped by Markstrom. Sekera again chops one towards the goal. Loose in front. And Stetcher's going to get a penalty here. It's the start back to play the puck to the side.
6 minutes, 50
Blast, and the Oilers with a good sequence to start the game. Get a power play.
Well, the Oilers' big line. Get in the offensive zone.
7 minutes, 13 seconds.
Troy Stetcher realizing they're in trouble, tries to just play it off the glass, but the puck's standing on end, and it's up and over the glass.
Oilers control the puck to start the power play. Klefbom at the point with a long shot. Markstrom got the block run with Patrick Maroon cruising through the slot. Klefbom to the near side. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins sends one across. Gets a return pass. Nugent-Hopkins centers the puck. Knocked away. Held in by Klefbom. Try to slap pass. Puck goes to the corner.
7 minutes.
The fourth overall pick in the draft in June. Puck comes to the line. Klefbom had it intercepted. Brandon Sutter clears the zone. Yannick Hansen into the puck. Klefbom gets there first. Maroon drops down. Referee fell down on the far side of the ice. Appears to be all right. That was Ian Walsh.
Ran into the boards. I thought he was on European ice.
Minute 10 to go in the Stetcher penalty. Oilers are already with 3 early shots in the game. No score. McDavid in with speed. Takes on the defense. Puck knocked away. And sent down the ice by Bo Horvath. Under a minute to go in the Edmonton power play. And Sekera starts out with a pass to Eberle. McDavid in. Leaves. Puck to the line. Sekera, long shot. Markstrom the save. Loose puck cleared by Alex Viega, but held into the line. Jordan Eberle tried to get it back to the blue line. Out of the reach of Sekera, and the puck's down the ice. 30 seconds for the Oilers power play. Puck stolen by Brendan Gaunce, who tried to center. Marcus Granlund passes back to Ben Hutton. And Hutton takes his time before wristing the puck all the way down. Mark Fane is back to collect. On defense with Darnell Nurse, who takes the pass. Nurse picks his way through center. Pass to Fane. Lucas Spiza stepped up to check in. Tomo Rutu gets the puck. Penalties over. At the line, long shot by Mark Letestu was blocked. Zach Cassian rides Spiza hard into the boards and down to the ice. The ex-Canuck with a hard hit there. Hutton from center plays the puck into Oilers territory. Anton Slepyshev with a pass across, deflects to Letestu. Backhands one in, offside is Cassian, so he lets the puck go, and it's taken by Jake Virtanen. Long pass ahead, Sven Berchi bumped off the puck by Larson, and Klefkom goes back for the Oilers. Puljujärvi couldn't get the puck through center. Henrik Sedin tried to get one across to Jannik Hansen. He's pressured and forced out to center. And here comes Jesse Puljujärvi with a long shot, slowed up by Markstrom. And he hangs on to get the stoppage in play. Long
10 minutes.
Oh, Zach Cassian, much different role now with the Edmonton Oilers. Third, fourth line guy. You're going to be a physical guy. There's Zach Cassian using his size, runs in Lucas Spiza. Good solid hit, shoulder on shoulder.
Piled up the penalty minute.
Shoulder on
10
shoulder.
minutes, 30 seconds. 10 minutes, 31 seconds. 10 minutes, 32 seconds. 1 hour,
Piled up the
minutes,
penalty
46
minutes.
seconds.
A limited number of games last year with the Oilers.
Well, the expectations.
10
Shoulder.
minutes, 30 seconds. 10 minutes, 31 seconds. 10 minutes, 32 seconds. 10 minutes,
Piled up
33
the
seconds.
penalty
1 hour,
minutes.
40 minutes, 46
A limited
seconds.
number of games last year with the Oilers.
Well, the expectations. So much different now for Zach Cassian than when he was first drafted. All those accolades coming out of junior.
Acquired in the trade for Cody Hodgson, whose career is on hold right now in Nashville. Oilers out shooting the Canucks 5-0 to start this game. No score. McDavid trying to bring the puck to the front. Henrik Sedin knocked it out of the air and got it out to center.
Cody is running the minor hockey
Pulled
program.
up by Markstrom. Passes off on to get the
one over
stoppage.
top of the glass. You saw the reaction in the crowd. I think the fans thought that one was going in. Cooley on a tough play to make, though. You do a little kick out here, and you've got to have a lot of weight on that bottom hand to try to trap it hard enough to get it back the other way. And you can see it just rolled. An excellent saucer pass that just a little too high that gets the top third of the blade of Pouliot, and he's not able to get enough on. Look at that blade there. He's got a little bit of an upshoot, too. And that catapults that puck up and out of play, which is why the faceoff is outside.
53 seconds left in the penalty.
He's got an excellent saucer pass that's just a little too high that gets the top third of the blade of Pouliot, and he's not able to get enough on. Look at that blade there. He's got a little bit of an upshoot, too, and that catapults that puck up and out of play, which is why the faceoff is outside.
53 seconds left in the
There's
penalty.
Zach Cassian using his size, runs in Lucas Spiza.
Play keyboard short.
Dano and McDavid come.
Good solid physical guy. Different rules.
Here comes Jesse Puljujärvi with a long shot, swallowed up by Markstrom. And he hangs on to get the stoppage in play.
Well, Zach Cassian, much different role now with the Edmonton Oilers. Third, fourth line guy. You're going to be a physical guy. There's Zach Cassian using his size, runs in Lucas Spiza. Good solid hit, shoulder on shoulder.
Piled up the penalty minutes. A limited number of games last year with the Oilers.
Well, the expectations so much different now for Zach Cassian than when he was first drafted. All those accolades coming out of junior.
Acquired in the trade for Cody Hodgson, whose career is on hold right now in Nashville. Oilers out shooting the Canucks 5-0 to start this game. No score. Don't score. McDavid trying to bring the puck to the
For the Nashville Predators.
McDavid in front. Everly stopped by Markstrom. And the puck sent ahead. Now picked up and brought out by Jannik Hansen. Markstrom looking sharp early. Everly in his own zone. And gets the puck to Oscar Klefbom. That pass to center, intercepted by Marcus Granlund. Now Louis Eriksson trying to move in off the lead feet. Didn't quite work. Chris Russell wearing number 4 for the Oilers. Right into the lineup a day after signing that contract. Here's a long shot from the line by Stetcher. And Eriksson on the backhand as well, as Cam Talbot is suddenly busy for the Oilers. Puck intercepted. Brought out and flipped over the Vancouver line by Nugent Hopkins. Following up now is Russell with a pass to Leon Draisaitl. Sekera waiting for the change to be completed. His pass picked off. And Stetcher turns with the puck. Gets a return pass from Edler. Doesn't seem rattled by the early penalty. Stetcher had a good shift there, and he now heads to the bench. Just about 5.5 minutes into a scoreless first. Slepishev's pass. Picked off by the Canucks. Ben Hutton ahead to Bo Horvat. Plays the puck in on Talbot. He'll take the whistle with a face-off in the Oilers zone.
Jacob Markstrom off to
the face-off in the Oilers zone.
Period brought to you by Crystal Glass. Glassidents happen. Crystal Glass for all your glass needs.
Shoulders at the crossbar. They go high over the shoulder, but Jacob Markstrom. Shoulders at the crossbar. The goaltenders, that's what you want, and you can see Jacob Markstrom, his shoulders at the crossbar. Jordan Eberle can't get it up and over.
Horvat broke his stick on the face-off. He heads to the bench. Patty O'Neill was ready with one, but instead Rutu jumps over to replace him. Long shot by Hutton. Blocker saved by Talbot. Maroon deep in his own zone. Sends one around for Lander. Feed at center. Puck relay to the near side. Tipped forward by Nurse. Following up is Puljujärvi. Trying to hold the puck in. Rutu in a battle for it now. And a hand pass in the neutral zone stops play. We'll take a break. No score. Jacob Markstrom's been busy, but the Oilers and the Canucks knotted at 0.
At fashion as they take on Sean Monahan and the Flames on Saturday before Eddie Lack and the Hurricanes come to town Sunday. Great seats still available for both games. So get yours today at Canucks.com/tickets.
Lots of home games in the month of October. 7 for the Canucks. 7 of 9.
The Oilers start against those Flames on Wednesday, play home and home, Wednesday, Friday.
So it'll be a third game in 4 nights for Calgary when they come to Vancouver for the Canucks season opener. Puljujärvi in with a left side pass, shot by Maroon, stick saved by Markstrom. And Brendan Gaunce gets the puck out for Vancouver. Larson across to Clefbaum, ahead to Lander. Couldn't take the pass cleanly. Play was offside.
Willie Desjardins with some decisions to make, and as you said, John, the Canucks don't start until next Saturday, so they have a whole week. And you wonder about with the World Cup and the players coming in, and the Sedins is only their second exhibition, and Lucas Spiza in the same boat, Yannick Hansen, guys like that. Now you have a week off before you get back into the NHL grind.
You know how coaches are. They
World Cup and the players coming in, and the Sedins to make, and as you said, John, the Canucks don't start until next Saturday, so they have a whole week. And you wonder about with the World Cup and the players coming in, and the Sedins is only their second exhibition, and Lucas Spiza in the same boat, Yannick Hansen, guys like that. Now you have a week off before you get back into the NHL grind.
You know how coaches are. They relish the practice time. Players will be chomping at the bit, I tell you that. Lively boards apparently as that Sekera shooting back to the slot. Here's Lucic with a pass in front. Tipped before it got to McDavid. Sekera tipped on goal by Eberle. And a nice save by Jacob Markstrom on the redirect. Daniel Sedin bounces one down on Talbot, who leaves the puck for Chris Russell. Ahead to McDavid. Up the left wing, Lucic knocked that one down with a high stick. And that stops play. That's Russell. Able to slow that shoot-in down. But the Oilers are onto the puck. Nugent Hopkins in there, so is Draisaitl, who has it. Tight pass for Pouliot, broken up, and here's Granlund. In on the left wing, close play at the line, blown down. Linesman Devin Bird, one of the youngest officials in the NHL, stopping play there.
Here's Jacob Markstrom against Arizona. Nice pad save. Another tip in. He's had a couple of those in this one. Diving poke check against Max Domi. And look at the puck handling. And that's to be a sign of a goaltender who's playing with confidence. We've seen Cam Talbot out a couple of times early in this game. Same kind of thing. Dave, another tip.
Stopping play there.
Here's Jacob Markstrom against Derek Pope, the goaltender who's playing with confidence. We've seen Cam Talbot out a couple of times early in this game. Goaltender who's playing with confidence. We've seen Cam Talbot out a couple of times early in this game. Same kind of thing. That's one of the things with Talbot. Last year he didn't get off to a great start. You talk about his numbers over the season. They got better as the season progressed, but for the Oilers to do well, they want to get off to a real good start early in the season, and you can see Todd McClellan coming off his World Cup experience.
I think they're hoping it's a perfect storm here in Edmonton, that the team is ready to take that next step in the new building, and the timing could be perfect.
They play 4 of their first 5 at home. Their only road game is that
Edmonton, that the team is ready to take that next step in the new building. The timing could be perfect.
They play 4 of their first 5 at home. Their only road game is that Friday night in Calgary.
Sutter wins a face-off, but Cassian is on to the puck with a pass to Sleppership. Zach Cassian battles for it behind the Vancouver goal. Biega bumps his man there. Hutton trying to move the puck. Might have been having his stick held by Cassian, who now has it. Zach Cassian, pass back. Payne with a shot blocked by Sutter, and the puck ricochets down into the Oilers zone. Sleppership tips the puck to the end boards. Alex Edler's there being watched by Nugent Hopkins. But gets it ahead. It's cleared out by Granlund. Edler up to Virtanen. Jake Virtanen with a shot, and it's deflected off Larson and into the corner. Horvat throws a check on Lander. It was against the Oilers last year that this kid line in the preseason put up 10 points at Rexall Place. Horvat, Berchi, and Virtanen.
Slider at 17 minutes.
Still looking for the first point from anyone in this one, as the puck is out of play in the corner to the left of Jacob Markstrom. Well, the Blue Jays get back at it tomorrow. It's Game 3 in the American League Division Series. Rangers and the Blue Jays. Aaron Sanchez against Colby Lewis. 4 o'clock Pacific on Sportsnet and Sportsnet Now.
I got my Blue Jay socks on.
You do? Yes. For those of you who don't believe, John, check out Dan Murphy's Twitter account at SportsNetMurph, and you can see John Garrett's Blue Jay socks.
Loading complete. Loading complete. Volume increased to 80. Volume increased to jump to site navigate.
Puck out of play again.
Person
and
create.
Since we're here pumping the tires of Murph's
Wikipedia. The
Twitter
search
account, he's got a pretty good picture of himself with the Oilers' new ferocious mascot, Hunter.
Regular standings. Schedule.
I think it was kind of nice.
Regular season.
Respect for Bill Hunter, who was the Oilers, one of the owners of the Oilers in the old WHA. Started that Oilers franchise. Was an Oil King manager. And Bill Hunter, they decided, okay,
heading level
mascot Hunter
table show button collapsed. Table show button collapsed.
Emerson Edom gets the
January 9
puck.
table. January 9 January 9 4 1 4 2 1 road 520 show button
slowing down with a series of whistles just shy of the 9-minute mark of a scoreless first.
San Jose Sharks.
Boy, you look around the league and
show Western Conference second round versus Anaheim Ducks.
PTOs.
Show bro.
It's hard. It's hard because the teams have their own guys already under contract, and you have to show enough. So the team says, okay, we're going to add another contract to our cap and sign the player later.
Los Angeles Kings, 1986 to 87 season.
There's not a whole lot of PTOs getting signed.
Linesman's been clipped here.
Closing time.
That's
Heading
Ryan.
level 2. Edmonton.
Gibbons.
Seek slider at 17. 20 minutes. 19 minutes. Current value 1,100.
It's hard. It's hard because the teams have their own guys already under contract, and you have to show enough. So the team says, okay, we're going to add another contract to our cap and sign the player later. And you look around, and there's not a whole lot of PTOs getting signed.
Linesman's been clipped here. That's Ryan Gibbons, and getting a little attention.
I don't even think that one's going to need stitches. Dr. Garrett up here calling it from well back. Signed.
Linesman's been clipped here. That's Ryan Gibbons, and getting a little attention.
don't even think that one's going to need stitches. Dr. Garrett up here calling it from well back.
Oilers, you were talking about players on tryouts. They have a couple, Eric Greiba and Chris Versteeg injured now. So there was some talk that if he's willing to wait it out, once he gets better, that maybe the Oilers would sign him in the near future.
Unless he gets an offer from somebody else.
There's that.
And you think back a few years, and remember Brendan Morrison came to a Vancouver camp on a PTO and ended up signing with the Calgary Flames.
Wow. That was right in your living room. So the repair work continues here. Ryan Gibbons will be good to go.
Little butterfly.
It's a grueling season for the officials, too, and they play hurt a lot. Ben Hutton with a shooting. Larson couldn't get the puck out. Daniel Sedin runs into Larson along the boards. Henrik Sedin dumps one around for Jannik Hansen. Hansen in behind for Daniel. Let the puck go for Henrik. McDavid's on him. Pass back to Hutton. Ben Hutton wrists one wide of the goal and up over the glass as it changed direction for another whistle.
Ben Hutton, a good smart move at the point. He and Eric Goodbranson have played 3 games together. I think it's 3 games. And they look very good. Goodbranson's not here for this one. Ben Hutton shifts and gets the shot through. John, you talked about the lively boards. And that's one of the things, a new building like this, you look at Henrik and Daniel Sedin and the number of points they got against the Oilers. And boy, they played ththose boards, those diagonal shoot-ins, masterfully. And now you have to learn a thing like this. You look at Henrik and Daniel Sedin and the number of, and that's one of the things, a new building like this, you look at Henrik and Daniel Sedin and the number of points they got against the Oilers. And boy, they played those boards, those diagonal shoot-ins.
Brandon Sutter tried a centering pass for Louis Eriksson, and that was broken up. Pouliot chips the puck out. Philip Larson, number 63 for Vancouver, turning in his own zone. Spiza takes the pass. Granlund in center, trying to get the puck past Fane. He can't do it. And Fane feeds back into his own zone. Nurse to Pouliot and back to Fane. Both teams completing changes as the Oilers control their own zone. Berchi almost stole the puck, but it's outside the center and dumped in by Leon Draisaitl. Past the halfway mark of the first, no score. Edler with a pass across. It comes through to Jake Virtanen. Here's Berchi with Horvath going to the net. Sven Berchi, and a nice defensive play by Slepyshev, who came back. Oilers can't clear. Long shot by Stetcher as he took a hit. That was Cassian again, finishing his check, and now he's after the puck in the Vancouver zone. Stetcher knocked it away from him, and Horvath gets it ahead. Not out. Stetcher with a chance to move it, and makes a nice play to center to Berchi. Chris Russell the other way to Cassian, who plays the puck gently to the corner and heads to the bench. Edler might have taken a high stick as he went to that traffic in the corner. He's fine though and has the puck behind his own net. Hard pass ahead. Emerson Edom checked in the neutral zone. Stetcher gets the puck in his own end. Here's Hutton. Ahead for Gaunt, went off his skates and icing. Larson hit by 2 Canucks, and now Biega shoots the puck in from center. Adam Larson hit once more by Tomo Ruutu. Oilers at the other end, centering pass for Puljujärvi, who had his stick check, and Edom gets the puck out. Ruutu had designs on a 2-on-1. Continued. The puck didn't go with him, and now the Canucks ice it. No, they don't. It's waved off, and play continues. Jordan Eberle into the Vancouver zone on the right wing with a shot. Lucas Spiza got the stick in, and he deflects the puck out of play. Some physicality in the first. Adam Larson had a couple of Canucks on him in the Oilers zone.
Power play, as they didn't have many looks versus the Flames on Thursday.
Haven't had a chance yet in this game. The Oilers the only power play early, 45 seconds in. Still scoreless, a little over 8 minutes to go in the first. Face-off win for Henrik Sedin in his own zone. It's been top line against top line every time out so far. Puck in on Talbot. He'll take the whistle.
Talked about Cam Talbot in a good season last year, but the Edmonton Oilers expect a lot. And you look at Martin Jones, San Jose, different team, all that sort of stuff. But guys who are backups and then got their chance to be number one. Jonas Gustafsson's in as the backup. That should help Talbot. You can play him in those 3 and 4 night situations. Jones, San Jose, different team, all that sort of stuff. But guys who are backups and then got their chance to be number one. Jonas Gustafsson's in as the backup. That should help Talbot. You can play him in those 3 and 4 nights back and then got their chance to be number one. All that sort of stuff. But guys who are backups and then got their chance to be number one. Jonas Gustafsson's in as the backup. That should help Talbot. You can play him in those 3 and 4 night situations.
Talbot had a pretty good run with the Rangers when Henrik Lundqvist got hurt the year before he came to the Oilers. Gave him an indication of what he might be able to do. He played 20-some-odd games in a row, I think. Daniel Sedin, the pass across, is knocked down and almost fell into a prime position for Jannik Hansen. Now it's sent around and down into the Vancouver zone. Edler's there. Puck thrown ahead. Here's Eriksson through the defense. He shoots. Puck was on end and he put it high and wide. Larson moves up to hold the puck in. Now the Oilers get it ahead, and it's at the other end. Pouliot scores. Larson moves up to hold the puck in. Now the Oilers get it ahead, and it's at the other end. Pouliot high and wide. He shoots. Puck was on end, and he put it high and wide. Larson moves up to hold the puck in. Now the Oilers get it ahead, and it's at the other end. Pouliot scores.
Decided really hard. And Pouliot, from when Larson goes high short, because then Pouliot the mark.
12:46, the time of the opening goal from Benoit Pouliot. Now at the other end, Eriksson misfires again. Puck came towards the net. Talbot able to hold it out. He gets the whistle as the Canucks came right back.
The old goalie in me used to like when the defenseman would angle the guy off. And here's Cam Talbot down, comes across, gets that left skate up tight to the post.
Canucks come up with the puck in the Oilers zone, and they score on it. New Sutter to be
Last year, marked it bounces a couple times.
Sutter. Russell is the puck to the end boards. The other number 55, Alex Biega, is there. Cassian covering at the line. Plays around to the far side. Slepyshev in deep for Letestu. Being watched by Biega. Now Hutton trying to knock the puck away from Cassian. Feeds back to the line. Russell turning to try to get away from Horvat. Long wrist shot, but he brought the puck outside the line. And the whistle blows in the offside.
Chris Russell, I feel for him. You just sign in. You're in great shape, but is it game shape? That's the problem. It's not game shape, but I feel for him. You just sign in. You're in great shape, but is it game shape? That's the problem. It's not game shape, and now you're into the second week. You're in the last exhibition game before the season starts.
Throws a check for a putter. Edom comes in and throws a check. He's been physical here in the first. This line has, as a whole, and Edom from behind the net checked. Klefbom out with a lead pass. Alexander was fighting the puck a bit. Gauntz sends it the other way. He stumbled, and now he'll head to the bench. 5.5 minutes to go in the first, a 1-1 tie. 5.5 minutes to go in the first, a 1-1 tie.
No score.
Left bomb dishes on. Puck knocked away from McDavid. Here's Henrik Sedin on the right wing. Slows, tries a shot. That was blocked by Mark Payne. Daniel Sedin to the blue line, but Spiza couldn't reach the puck, and it slides down into Vancouver territory. Puck thrown in front. Everly off the pass from the corner. McDavid trying to set him up, but he couldn't make good contact. Here's Daniel Sedin. Bobbled the puck a bit. Hansen goes after it. Sends one around for Henrik Sedin. Cleared away and outside the line. Alex Edler controlling in neutral ice. His pass picked off, and the Oilers try to break back. Pouliot checked to the line. Sutter knocked the puck away, and here he comes. Brandon Sutter puts one in front off the right pad of Talbot. And the Oilers take control in their own zone. Russell around and down, and Edler goes back for the puck. Being watched by Pouliot, chips it free for Larson. Couldn't get it by Nugent Hopkins, who's checked immediately by Sutter. Larson to the near side, and Edler gets the puck around and out. 4 minutes to go in the first, 1-1. In front, marks the blue line. Larson drives one wide, trying to ricochet it in front. Markstrom read that well. He has the puck and will take the break after the team's
Nice little wrist shot, got it through. But on the goal by Benoit Pouliot, he's on the inside, angle him off. No.
long wrist shot, but he brought the puck outside the line. The whistle blows in the offside.
Chris Russell, I feel for him. You have to sign him in. You're in great shape, but is it game shape? That's the problem. It's not game shape, and now you're into the second week. You're in the last. You have to sign him in. You're in great shape, but is it game shape? That's the problem. It's not game shape, and now you're into the.
Good time.
Nice little wrist shake.
Larson drives one wide, trying to ricochet. Sure takes the puck, puts it off the glass and out. Thrown the other way.
Has to change. Or get your play.
Third to Tomo Rutsu. Try to pass ahead for Gauntz. That didn't work, and it's an icing call.
Talk about the Oilers.
Markstrom as Puljujärvi was after it. Now Edler to Tomo Rutsu. Try to that didn't work.
Get it,
it's an icing
and it's icing against
the Oilers last year,
the Washington Capitals. As the starting lineups are brought to you by Warley Parsons Ford, leading industrial construction. Learn more at WarleyParsonsFord.com.
No changes for the Edmonton Oilers from the last couple of games. The interesting thing is, though, Todd McCullough started Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, Benoit Pouliot, and Zach Kassian up against Alexander Ovechkin's line. We'll keep our eye on that as the game moves on. And Eric Greiba still in Todd McCullough started the Edmonton Ryan Nugent-Hopkins the last couple of games. The interesting thing is, though, Todd McCullough started Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, Benoit Pouliot, and Zach Kassian up against Alexander Ovechkin's line. We'll keep our eye on that as the game moves on. And Eric Greiba still in.
That puck just came outside.
0% release goal.
Couldn't quite hold it in. Another whistle on the offside, and the Canucks can make their change now.
We were saying the Oilers play Calgary back-to-back, but then they have Buffalo, Carolina, St. Louis. Within a week, all at home. They can get something going. And
You think there might be a little extra intrigue for that visit by the Blues?
the Oilers week, all at home. They can get something going. And
You think there might be a little extra intrigue for that visit by the Blues?
then go Lewis. Within a week, all at home. They can get something going. And
You think there might be a little extra intrigue for that visit by the Blues? Another whistle on the that puck just came outside the line. Lander couldn't quite hold it in. Another whistle. whistle on the offside, and the Canucks can make their change now.
They're saying the Oilers play Calgary back-to-back, but then they have Buffalo, Carolina, St. Louis. Within a week, all at home. And get something going. And
you think there might be a little extra intrigue for that visit by the Blues?
yes.
Nail Yakupov traded yesterday. Emerson Edom tips the puck in behind the Oiler goal. Russell reverses. Sekera with the puck. It's scrum forward at center. Edom comes out with it. Plays it in and heads to the bench. Top lines out for both teams. Russell for McDavid off his skate. The Sedins take the puck back. Daniel turning. Puck comes back to him while down on the ice. Now the Oilers have it. Here they come. Pass to the middle. Everly to the net. Glove saved by Markstrom, who was able to knock it down.
Shoulders at the crossbar.
Hansen mounting his man from behind. Granlund gets the puck. Tried to shoot it in. Went off Clefbaum, who picks it up at his own blue line. Takes a return feed and starts up to center. Oscar Clefbaum rifles one around. Draisaitl trying to force the puck behind the net. Here's Nugent Hopkins. Pouliot from the corner. In for Draisaitl. Edler's lost his stick. He retrieves it as the Oilers continue after the puck. Stetcher's clearing attempt was blocked. Now Edler gets the puck out. Waiting is Louis Eriksson, but it bounced over his stick. Granlund back into his own zone for Stetcher as we move into the final minute of the first period. A 1-1 tie. No score. Jake Virtanen plays the puck in and hustles after it. Glancing blow on Fame. And the Oilers move to center. Letestu chips one in for Slepyshev to go after. Biega stops in the corner. Makes a play ahead to Virtanen. Now out to Sven Baertschi. He moves in after his own jump in. Horvat waiting on the near side. Steals the puck in for Baertschi. Went by both of them. And the Oilers get it off a stick and over the glass for a whistle.
Edmonton Oilers on a 2-on-1. Jordan Eberle, right-hand shot. Not a great angle, but look at the shoulder. Jacob Markstrom, 6'6", down on his knees, his shoulders at the crossbar. He's able to take that one off the left shoulder. That shot, not a great angle, but look at the shoulder. Jacob Markstrom, 6'6", down on his knees, his shoulders at the crossbar. He's able to take that one off the left shoulder. Eberle trying to go high short side.
Final 25 seconds of the first period. Long shooting. Talbot steers that to the corner. Off the boards and out. Edler sends it across
the line. It's over and back, and there's an offside against Calgary.
I think the importance here
for the Oilers on a 2-on-1. Jordan Eberle, right-hand shot, not a great angle, but look at the shoulder.
In the year last year,
Jacob Markstrom,
the Edmonton Oilers were 27th,
down on
and
his
this
knees,
is a
his
team that
shoulders at the
needs to be a
crossbar.
much
He's
better
able to take
defensive
that one
team.
off the left
And Jim,
shoulder.
I think Cam Talbot,
and
this
high
is
short
his problem, 30th in the year last year, but better defensive play. You mentioned all the final November for him last year.
Jacob
He's going
Markstrom,
to have to be much
6'6", down on his knees, his shoulders at the crossbar.
By the end of November, these teams were 13th and 14th.
Jim, I think Cam Talbot in goal for the Oilers has got to be a guy who gets off to a great start. It was not a good October, November for him last year, and he's going to have to be much more solid in the Oilers.
By the end of November, these teams were...
NHL.
Lander leaves in the corner.
0% British scroll.
Lander leaves in the corner. Edom took a spill on top of the goal crease. Puck sent ahead. Maroon can't catch up. Hutton goes back. Checked by Maroon for one. And they'll keep the puck to the outside. That'll do it for period number one. Benoit Pouliot scored on a breakaway before Brandon Sutter on a deflection tied it for the Canucks a short time later. We've got an update coming up from Jackie Redmond and Brendan Dunlop, and then we'll hear from Brandon Sutter and Mark Spector as well with Dan Murphy. We're through one in Edmonton and a tie game at one. These teams, a 1-1 tie as we get set for the second period. Under normal circumstances, you and I would be complaining about the snow on the ground here in Edmonton on October the 8th, but when you walk into this beautiful facility for the first time, you can see a building that was a long time in the planning. It wasn't always smooth planning as they tried to get it green lit, but the construction began in a time lapse here for Rogers Place, and they didn't spare any expense or attention to detail.
It is absolutely beautiful, and I can, and I know I'm old, but I can go back to before Northlands. I played in the WHA before Northlands, and the Northlands was kind of state-of-the-art, but you looked at Northlands, the dressing rooms and the lack of suites and all those things, and now this beautiful building in downtown Edmonton, the train station right back there. Edmonton Center is walking distance, all the hotels, all the restaurants, and this is a picture place, and it's Rogers Place in downtown Edmonton.
Our only quibble is what you're seeing right there as you see some of the numbers for this building, and that is the broadcast location could potentially be a little closer to the ice, but we'll leave that for another time. Even from way up here, John, we were able to see in that first period a pretty poised effort from the Canuck defense with the puck.
That's one of the things. You're playing your last exhibition game, and throughout this exhibition, you get to practice with your partner, and you look at the defenseman and the poise. Ben Hutton goes to the middle, comes back, gets a shot through. Alex Edler has had a great training camp, but he makes the play. Troy Stetcher, poised, confident guy, and they're getting the puck up. And Mark Spector talked about the Oiler defense getting it up. How about them getting? He makes the play, gets a shot through. Alex Edler has had a great training camp, but he makes the play. Troy Stetcher, poised, confident guy, and they're getting the puck.
Alex Edler at the left point, rolling puck, lets it go, deflects right to Troy Stetcher, trying to get it on net. That was blocked as well. And Milan Lucic clears the puck out. Brought back in by Henrik Sedin. Hansen going to the net. Henrik instead dropped for Daniel, who tried to throw one on goal. That was off his stick and off the target. Stetcher moves down from the right point. Clefbaum tips one around. Jordan Eberle with a nice pass to Connor McDavid. Quickly through center. McDavid turns it into a 2-on-1. Broken up by Stetcher on the pass intended for Lucic. And a good play there by the rookie defenseman. Oilers get the puck back. Lucic to Eberle. Sends one across. Daniel Sedin came back to break it up. Puck sent up to Jannik Hansen. He'll start a change by flipping it in. Both teams have made substitutions. Sekera out to center. Draisaitl pokes the puck in and picks it up. Spinning. He's trying to get away from Ben Hutton. Nugent Hopkins to the line. Sekera long shot. Puck loose. Clear to the side by Hutton. He and Draisaitl battling. Here's Nugent Hopkins to Draisaitl. Nugent Hopkins high slot. Dishes off. Chris Russell couldn't take it cleanly off his skate. Draisaitl on the far side. Puts one to the high slot. Tipped out by Marcus Granlund. And Sekera goes back for the puck. Cole Horvat onto the ice with Berchi and Virtanen as Russell sends one right wide at center. Passing couldn't knock it down. Here comes Sven Berchi. Pass across intended for Virtanen. Broken up. And Slepyshev brings the puck to center. Tracked down by Berchi, and that forced the play offside. To center. Tracked down by Berchi, and that forced the play offside.
Mark Spector talked about nobody can keep up with Connor McDavid. Look at that speed, and Troy Stetcher does a nice job, stays in the middle, and knocks this one down. McDavid tries a little aerial pass, and Stetcher right there to knock it down before Milan Lucic can get it. You can see Lucic talking to McDavid. Yeah, almost.
See that stat at the top. A couple of goals against Winnipeg, and one of them on Carter Hellebuck was really world class. So Marucci unable to stay on side, and the whistle blows in the Edmonton blue line.
The other one short-handed. Talked about the PTO,
Asking you shall
Yes,
receive.
and here it is. Look at that fake, and then go to the forehand. Try and do that. It's easy to go backhand, forehand, but how about forehand, forehand? And there's a short-handed goal. 5-hole. At full speed.
He does pretty well everything at full speed. Fun to watch. Mark Fane steps in front of Sven Berchi. Lucas Spiza holds the puck into the line. Battling Puljujärvi. Darnell Nurse back for the puck. Band on it. Berchi. Checked by Fane. Keeps after it. Horvat there as well. And Horvat out with the puck. Pass to Bertanen. One-timer changed direction. And Talbot able to react. That one held him with the glove and blown down correctly as Bertanen with... That one held him with the direction and Talbot able to react. Puck in, slides it near side. Emerson Edom across the top of the crease. Puck ricochets to Eberle. In on the right wing. McDavid steaming to the net. Pass comes to Lucic. He shoots and Markstrom coming to his right. Able to make the save and hang on. Boy, McDavid opened up the space there for Lucic.
You can see Troy Stetcher talking to his goaltender. And how do you play this? It's a 3-on-3. Stetcher goes to the middle, and Lucic is open. Edler and Stetcher come back. They think they've got support on the side, but it's late. Emerson Edom coming back, trying to get to Lucic, but Markstrom has to make the save.
Face-off win for McDavid. Weak shot by Eberle goes wide. Edler hit Hansen with that one. And McDavid gets the puck. Falls down as he stopped, but Lucic following up, centers. Eberle was checked by Daniel Sedin. Vancouver penalty coming up. And it might be for that defensive play by Sedin.
No penalty.
And they control. Puljujärvi manning a point, tees one up. Klefbom's shot goes wide. Spiza, nice play ahead, and Sutter couldn't control the puck, but he was able to tip it out. Now he forces it over the Oiler blue line. Pouliot, Maroon, and Nugent-Hopkins up front. Maroon through to Nugent-Hopkins, tried to throw one across. Ben Hutton blocked it, and Spiza on the backhand gets the puck out. Now Spiza chasing back for one, but doesn't have to. It's an icing call against the Oiler power play. With a minute 21 to go in the minor to Daniel Sedin.
Lucas Spiza on the European team at the World Cup. I think one of the best players on that team was Leon Draisaitl. Wasn't that kind of a coming out for him against the elite players in the world? And I thought Draisaitl was one of the best players on Team Europe that ended up in the finals against Team Canada. Old Oiler coach Ralph Kruger did a great job.
Here's Benoit Pouliot on the right wing. Left bomb. Long shot deflected out of the air by Nugent-Hopkins, but wide of the goal. Horvat hustles to the loose puck and lifts it out on the backhand. Oilers changing some of their power play personnel. McDavid is onto the ice, along with line mates Jordan Eberle and Milan Lucic, who takes the long lead pass, gets it to McDavid. Puck almost got away from him, and he scored! Oh, wow! Personnel. McDavid is onto the ice, along with line mates Jordan Eberle and personnel. McDavid is onto the ice, along with line mates Jordan Eberle and Milan Lucic, who takes the long lead pass, gets it to McDavid. Puck almost got away from him, and he scored! Oh, wow! Horvat hustles to the loose puck and lifts it out on the backhand. Oilers changing some of their power play personnel. McDavid is onto the ice, along with line mates Jordan Eberle and Milan Lucic, who takes the long lead pass, gets it to McDavid. Puck almost got away from him. Paddle down 14:57. And the Oilers have their second
The Oilers goal is
sitting over the man. On attempt.
That's the Oilers goal.
Russell takes the pass and starts from behind his own net. Lander tips the puck in from center. Puljujärvi, bodied by Hutton and knocked down. Gets up to battle for the puck. Maroon is onto it. Centering pass blocked, but he gets it again. Leaves in the corner for Lander. Cycles back for Jesse Puljujärvi to Lander. Quick shot attempt blocked. Edom got in front of it. And now he hopes for a lead pass. Emerson Edom in on the right wing, trying to cut to the net. But the puck slid away from him under the check of Darnell Nurse. Edom from the corner. Makes a move to the end boards. Brendan Gaunce after the puck. Edom again. Spinning away from his check. Now Gaunce checked by Nurse. Bodied by Ruutu as he taps the puck to the far side. Gaunce tried to send it in front. Ruutu gets it. Good hard-working shift for this trio. Biega off the glove of Gaunce. And Lander passes back with both teams hoping for a change. That one fired in off the far boards, and it'll be an icing call. And there's going to be some tired Oiler legs there. They weren't able to completely finish that substitution.
Jacob Markstrom thinks pass. He's down, that right shoulder down, and as soon as he puts the right shoulder down with this paddle down, McDavid head up. Okay, I've got some room, and he goes short side. Could have been a Calder a year, and Connor McDavid, all those games missed. That's the problem.
Missed 37 with the broken clavicle. Finished third in the voting behind Artemi Panarin and Shane Gostisbehere. Canucks without a shot here.
Head down and
substitution. And there's going to be some tired Oiler legs there. They weren't able to completely finish that substitution.
Jacob Markstrom thinks pass. He's down, that right shoulder down, and as soon as he puts the right shoulder down with this paddle down, McDavid head up.
Missed 37 with the broken clavicle. Canucks without a shot here in the second so far. Oilers have had 3, including the go-ahead goal from McDavid. There's one high off the glass. Quickly went out of play. Now he's got it in the Oilers zone. Checked in the corner. And will hustle back as the Oilers move the puck to center. Here's McDavid in on the left wing. Centering pass. Puck bomb is stopped by Markstrom. McDavid found the trailer on that one. Oilers get the puck again. Connor McDavid steps around Sutter. Backhand centering pass blocked by Edler. Oilers get the puck again. McDavid to Everly. McDavid tried to find Lucic. Knocked away by Sutter. Here's McDavid again. Edler intercepts, gets the puck off the boards and down over the Oiler blue line. Lucic ahead for Draisaitl. We're 8 minutes into the second. 2-1 Oilers. Sven Baertschi cross for Brandon Sutter. End of his shift. Ahead for Draisaitl. We're 8 minutes into the second. 2-1 Oilers.
No score for the Edmonton Oilers.
Sven Baertschi cross for Brandon Sutter. End of his shift. Plays the puck in and absorbs a hit from Russell. Sutter staying out there for the moment. Now he turns to the bench. As Draisaitl skates to center, hounded from behind by Virtanen, who gets the puck. Tried to get it ahead. That didn't get through. Now the puck comes right to Baertschi. Pass to Horvat. Wide on Sekera, who took the body, and the Oilers take the puck. Pouliot. That fell right at the feet of Nugent Hopkins, and here he comes in on the left wing. Drops Pouliot with a hard shot, stopped by Markstrom. Pouliot again, the centering pass, and Markstrom blocked back. Darnell Nurse. Fane taken down. Oilers carry on. Cassian with a shot in the glove. Saved by Markstrom. Flashed out the left hand to grab that one. He's been busy here in the second and trails by 1.
This week here at Rogers Place, the Oilers unveiling the letters for this season. I don't think too many people surprised. McDavid with the C, Everly, Lucic, and Hopkins with the A's, but it's a big honor for McDavid, who now is the youngest ever to be a captain in the league, John.
Beat Gabriel Landeskog by 20 days at the time of his appointment. Crosby LeCavalier.
McDavid, who now is
20 days at the time of his appointment.
0% vertically scrolled.
Crosby LeCavalier.
Look at those guys. The Cavalier, a couple of years where they didn't make the playoffs, had 60 points in Tampa, and then won a Stanley Cup.
McDavid goes forward on that drop.
Look at those guys. The Cavalier, a couple couple of years where they didn't make the playoffs, had 60 points in Tampa, and then
left bomb, long shot, Markstrom the save. Everly dumped in front of the goal.
Oh boy, he just tries so many things, and Connor McDavid jumps right by Henrik Sedin and throws it across.
That was a pretty veteran center he was going up against.
It was, and Ben Hutton played it very well defensively.
This one comes to Ben Hutton. Puck down into the Oilers zone. Adam Larson fanned on it, but he recovers under the pressure of Jannik Hansen. Left bomb, couldn't reach that pass. Here come the Canucks. Daniel Sedin, Hansen in front. Daniel cuts to the middle. Larson came over to knock the puck away, and Everly hoists it out to center. Hutton lost on his feet. Here's Lucic, stopped by Markstrom. Milan Lucic, an opportunity there. Hansen couldn't get around his man. Russell stood him up, and they wrestle each other to the ice. Lucas Spiza across to Philip Larson. Up the middle, Tomo Ruutu backhands the puck in, and Emerson Edom chases after. Russell steps into him. Ruutu hits his man, and Edom gets the puck. Gaunt missed the pass, and the Oilers break out. Nugent Hopkins, left side to Pouliot. He goes rink wide, and a shot from there is off the mark. Draisaitl, who took that shot, banks one in for Nugent Hopkins. Trying to get away from Larson, leaves for Russell. He leaves for Draisaitl. Teed it up for Pouliot. Broken up. And Gaunt shoots the puck in from center. Again, a real lively hop off the boards. Oilers there to knock it away, and here comes Ryan Nugent Hopkins. Draisaitl fakes the shot, lets it go. Right pad save by Markstrom. Still, the Canucks without a shot in the period. We're past the halfway mark. Shots are 18-5 in the game for Edmonton. And the Oilers lead 2-1. Here's Stetcher in on the right wing. Cuts wide, Troy Stetcher, and there's the first test for Talbot here in the second. Patrick Maroon to Anton Lander. Big shot, tipped off a Canuck and wide of the goal. Puljujärvi into the corner. Maroon, a sharp angle try at the goal. Sutter, double team in the corner. Louis Eriksson taps the puck out, and Nurse goes back, being watched by Granlund. 8.5 to go in the second. Everly gloves the puck. Cassian gloves it down in center and moves in with a long shot, steered wide by Markstrom.
You did say we're a long way up. You saw the 4.
I saw the 4. Made the mistake twice. I'm feeling shame. Canucks close to too many men on the ice there. As the Oilers move in, Letestu a long shot, stick saved by Markstrom. Slepyshev at the side, couldn't make contact. And the puck is sent ahead to Jake Virtanen. 8 minutes to go in the second. Oilers already up to 21 shots in the game, 11 of them here in the middle frame. Larson starts out. Canucks started to change, so he just kept going. Oilers are in, and that shot attempt by Cassian didn't get through. Boy, Virtanen and Berge just peeled off there as the Oilers were skating up through center. Here's a turnover, or a near turnover. Puck bounced over the stick of Brendan Gaunt. And the Oilers get it back. Gaunt steals this one. Down for Edom, who couldn't handle it cleanly. Checked, and Larson gets the puck. Lucic skates back for that one. Delays. McDavid, nice touch pass. Everly's in. Jordan Everly in front for Lucic. Comes all the way back to Russell. Chris Russell dumps one around. Daniel Sedin skates to the puck, gets it to center to Tomo Ruutu. He plays one in for Hansen to go after. Under 7 minutes to go in the second. And Ben Hutton intercepts in neutral ice. Jannik Hansen across to Daniel Sedin. Dumps one around for Henrik Sedin. Daniel with room behind the goal. Hansen goes to the front. Daniel into the corner for Henrik. Back to Ben Hutton. Here's Alex Biega. Puts one in front, hoping for a tip. Daniel Sedin missed it. Henrik Sedin keeps the puck alive. Hansen tried to center. That was blocked. Henrik pokes the puck back to the line. Daniel Sedin. Hansen missed it. Hutton moves down from the left point. Checked by Everly. Gets it ahead to Russell. And the Oilers get the puck out. Here comes Nugent Hopkins. Shot attempt. Steered to the corner by Biega. And Hutton drops the puck back to Alex Biega. Under 6 minutes to go. It's been a while since we had a whistle, and I jinxed it as the Canucks are called for icing.
We talked about the Canucks defense, how poised they've been. Well, Ben Hutton misplaced this one. Milan Lucic has got it. Jacob Markstrom out past the top of the crease. Here's the change. The second period line change, you can't do that. Puck's by you. You think your partners can get back on the back check on that one?
It's plagued the Canucks a couple times in overtimes this year. A couple games they lost.
Got 3 too many men on the ice penalty.
Hutton gets that one ahead to center. Granlund was checked. And the puck played back in. Biega and Hutton would like to get off the ice here. And they might get their chance now as Sutter sends one ahead, tipped in by Eriksson. And now the Canucks are able to change their defense. Brandon Sutter in for Granlund. Eriksson gets the loose puck. Stetcher. Nice pass. Sutter shoots. And lunging forward was Talbot to make the save. Sutter's pass picked up. Stetcher reached out to knock that one away. So the Oilers move in. Maroon. Sharp angle shot. Markstrom held it out. Maroon again. Puljujärvi with a shot. Markstrom steered that to the corner. Alex Edler. Clearing attempt blocked. He pokes the puck back. Stetcher one hands it free to Bo Horvat. Back to Troy Stetcher. And Horvat again with speed. In on the left wing. Round the net. Tried to get one down into the corner. That was broken up. And here comes Larson tipping the puck into Vancouver territory. Markstrom caught out. Puck sent back. Klefbom shoots just wide. Markstrom got back and was lunging at that shot, which narrowly missed. Lechestu leads for Klefbom. Sharp angle bid up in the air after Markstrom blocked it on the short side, and the Canucks clear the zone. Hey, 2-1 Edmonton leads. Just over 4 minutes. 2-1 Edmonton leads. Just over 4 minutes to go in the second. 4 minutes to go in the second period. Lucic with a pass at center. Picked off. Gonks for Tomo Ruutu. Checked by Sekera. Here comes McDavid. In on the defense. Connor McDavid drops one back. Russell with room. Chris Russell with a shot. Knocked away by Markstrom. Ruutu gets the loose puck. It chips it out to center. It's been quite the period for this man. Connor McDavid. In again. Shoots. Wide. Play by Sedin. Talbot to the bench for the extra attacker. Here's Larson. Pass picked off by Hansen. And a high sticking call indicated here. Daniel Sedin saying who me? And apparently yes.
Milan Lucic throws it across and Daniel Sedin's stick came up.
In the first, Adam Larson had a couple of Canucks on him in the Oilers zone.
Power play, as they didn't have many looks versus the Flames on Thursday.
Haven't had a chance yet in this game. The Oilers the only power play early, 45 seconds in. Still scoreless, a little over 8 minutes to go in the first. Face-off win for Henry.
He got the puck, but it was the stick that came under the baseman.
Second power play.
I was like you. I thought maybe he hooked him down before he got the puck, but it was the stick that came underneath the baseman.
Second power play for the Oilers, and they control. Puljujärvi manning a point, tees one up. Klefbom shot goes wide. Steal correctly as Virtanen was next to touch.
Lucas Spiza, World Cup participant, but didn't get to play a lot. He talked about the week off that the Canucks have between this game and the start. He said the week off that the Canucks have between this game and the start. He said it's really tiny. He's quite happy to.
Rutsu forces the puck in, slides it near side. Emerson Edom across the top of the crease. Boy, step, and
Sliders. 1 hour 0 minutes 50. 1 hour.
to the front of
1
the
hour
ice.
2 minutes 30.
Ryan
1 hours 2 minutes 12.
Russell.
1 hours 2 minutes 30. 1 hours.
Back to Benoit Pouliot. Oilers changing while controlling the puck.
0% vertically scroll.
Nugent Hopkins is onto the ice. Ryan Nugent Hopkins leaves for Benoit Pouliot. Gets a return pass. Now Draisaitl joins the front. Fans are enjoying this. Nurse shoots, blocked. Nugent Hopkins spins, can't get it through. Pouliot around for Draisaitl. Here's Nugent Hopkins coming out on the backhand. Turns, puts one to the crease. Knocked away by Markstrom. Edom gets the puck ahead, but it's held in. Nugent Hopkins. All the action in the Canucks end. Fane with a one-timer. Left pad save. Nugent Hopkins to the crease. Held up by Markstrom. Gaunt sends one all the way down right on Talbot. And the Canucks will be able to get a much-needed change in.
I was just going to say, take the icing.
Now at the other end, Daniel Sedin with a centering pass right through the crease. Slepyshev. Offside was Letestu. And the whistle blows. Oilers are 2 shots away from 30. They lead it 2-1.
At playnow.com.
I was just going to say, take the icing.
Now at the other end, Daniel Sedin with a centering pass right through the crease. Slepyshev. Centering pass right through the crease. Slepyshev. Daniel Sedin with a centering pass right through the crease. Slepyshev. Off pass right through the crease. As the Canucks are called for
Speed is
icing.
1.25. Draft. Any
High and goes out of play.
0%
So
vertically
much
scroll.
made about the new contract for Johnny Gaudreau.
We
What a
talked
year
about
he
the
had
fact that
last
how
year with
poised they've been.
30
Well,
goals,
Ben
a career
Hutton plays
high.
this
But
one.
this is what you have to be aware of. He's playing a defensive mode. As soon as he sees his team get an opportunity to get control of the puck, he's gone. And that'll be the challenge for the defense of the Edmonton Oilers, is to know when he's on the ice. So many times great players like that get lost and get behind you. You start thinking offense and you forget about the guy behind you.
And as his coach said today, it's not cheating if he gets away with it.
Absolutely, you can do it.
Right off a draw, slip
To October. Pull the puck, he's gone. That'll be the challenge for the defense of the Edmonton Oilers, is to know when he's on the ice. So many times great players like that get lost and get behind you. You start thinking offense and you forget about the guy behind you.
And as his coach said today, it's not cheating if he gets away with it.
Absolutely, you can do it.
Right off a draw, Slepyshev with a shot. Again, a deflection in front. Didn't get through.
And Jim, who needs training camp, right? I mean, when you have the World Cup and you have to play the...
Think
NHL
your partners can get back on the back check.
0% vertically scroll.
It's plagued the Canucks a couple times in overtimes this year. A couple games they lost.
Had 3 too many men on the ice penalty.
Gets that one ahead to center. Granlund was checked. And the puck played back in. Bieg and Hutton would like to get off the ice here. And they might get their chance now as Sutter sends one ahead, tipped in by Eriksson. And now the Canucks are able to change their defense. Brandon Sutter in for Granlund. Eriksson gets the loose puck. Stetcher. Nice pass. Sutter shoots. And lunging forward was Talbot to make the save. Sutter's pass picked up. Stetcher reached out to knock that one away. But the Oilers move in. Maroon. Sharp angle shot. Markstrom held it out. Maroon again. Puljujärvi with a shot. Markstrom steered that to the corner. Alex Edler clearing attempt blocked. He pokes the puck back. Stetcher one hands it free to Bo Horvat. Back to Troy Stetcher. And Horvat again with speed. In on the left wing. Round the net. Tried to get one down into the corner. That was broken up. And here comes Larson tipping the puck into Vancouver territory. Markstrom caught out. Puck sent back. Klefbom shoots just wide. Markstrom got back. and was lunging at that shot, which narrowly missed. Letestu leaves for Clefbaum. Sharp angle bid up in the air after Markstrom blocked it on the short side, and the Canucks clear the zone. Edmonton leads. Just over 4 minutes to go in the second. Underway by theme of the centering pass right today. Lander
first the preseason.
Next keyboard short.
Sutter time.
1 hour 6 minutes. 1 hour 5 minutes. 1 hour.
Hansen back in on the left wing. Runs into Russell.
0% vertically
Lander trying to move the puck. Turning away from Sutter, who stays right with him. Oilers able to get it ahead, and Maroon passes it center. Pugliarvi with a long one. Markstrom almost overplayed it. Hit the inside of the pad, but it stayed out. Virtanen looked like he got the stick up on Nurse. Play goes on. Virtanen keeps battling for the puck. Round to the far side, Eberle. 10 seconds to go in the period as Jordan Eberle feeds ahead. McDavid tips the puck in deep. Markstrom out to play it. And Troy Stecher hears the horn sound. Busy period for Jacob Markstrom, beaten by that man, Connor McDavid, who has his 4th of the preseason. Jackie has an update coming up for us. We'll hear from Milan Lucic. And it's part 2 of our feature, Ben Hutton, home for the summer. Through 2 in Edmonton, the Oilers lead
2-1. Let's look at the scoring summaries. In the first, Pouliot opened it with his first of the preseason. Sutter tied it up a short time later for the Canucks. The second period, all Oilers. I'll check out the shots. 18-3. McDavid is 4th. On the power play, that's the difference right now. John?
Has 13 shots per game.
Murph, thanks. Brandon Sutter's goal came just 22 seconds after Pouliot had opened the scoring. 3rd preseason appearance for Sutter. John, what have you made of his game here tonight?
Well, he's been the best of the Canucks. I don't think there's any doubt about that. He's been decent in the faceoffs. He's 500 in the faceoffs. Nice draws. Goes to the net. Even block shots. He's been killing penalties. He's done a nice job doing that. And gets a goal. He wins a face-off and then goes to the front of the net, tips the shot by Philip Larson, and gets it to go. I think Brandon Sutter has been the best of the Canucks, and there hasn't been a whole lot of good Canucks in this one.
I'm going to say I'd like Troy Stecher, but that'll just stir the pot at home probably as the Oilers make their way out here for period number 3. Murph talked about the dominance of the Oilers in the second, 18-3, the shots, and the first line powered by Connor McDavid, who has the go-ahead goal, has just been dynamite in this game tonight.
Well, every time they get on the ice, they make something happen, and Connor McDavid uses his reach so well, sees the ice so well, and creates chances. Jordan Eberle's had a ton of chances. Jacob Markstrom has had to make 2 or 3 saves on Eberle because, as Connor McDavid has set him up, Milan Lucic talking to Murph about the number of shots he's getting, and then Jordan Eberle, when he's in alone, boy, so smart, protects the puck, uses his reach, uses his size. Our good friend Robbie Brown played with Mario Lemieux, and he said all you have to do is just go out there and keep your stick on the ice, and you're going to get points. And I think the guys who play with McDavid, that'll be the thing, points per game, and you can see that.
So 30 years after the fact, you're admitting that Mario Lemieux had a pretty good NHL career?
Yes. For a guy that I was chirping at him and said he'd never make it, yeah, Mario had pretty good. You wouldn't let me forget that, would you?
No, while you were draped on his back. That was a pretty good chirp, though. You weren't quite right. But that guy, Connor McDavid, I think we can agree is going to have a pretty good NHL career as well. He's been flying in this one and flying in the preseason. 4 goals now for McDavid in the preseason, and the go-ahead tally in this one here tonight.
You and I were speculating on the 28th, a week ago Wednesday, about Connor McDavid being the captain of the Oilers. And Todd McClellan, who coached McDavid at the World Cup, had him captain of Team North America on the 28th, a week ago Wednesday, about Connor McDavid being the captain of the Oilers. And Todd McClellan, who coached McDavid at the World Cup, had him captain of Team North America. And you can see he's just that calm young leader and an automatic choice for the Edmonton Oilers.
Louis Eriksson starts the 3rd period with the Sedins, which is where he
Try keyboard shortcut K button.
as he and Yannick Hansen
0%
switch
vertically
spots.
scroll.
Edler back shot. Spinning to find some room. He shoots, hit the crossbar, and the puck goes out of play.
Well, it's shot by Schlepperstedt. Over Jacob Markstrom's shoulder. Zach Kassian and Ben Hutton. Kassian tries to go hard to the net.
October.
Creates some traffic, and Hutton's trying to take him.
0%.
Kassian does a nice job, and Markstrom has that one hit
to hold the puck in. Andre Sekera.
YouTube video players.
Came together with
7 minutes 30. Current value 7 minutes. 7 minutes.
Power play brought to you by BioSteel
Shoulders
Sports
up.
Nutrition, the natural
Even with
choice
the
for
crossbar.
everyday performance. Drink the
Stay
pink.
out. Shoulders up.
Ryan Nugent-Hopkins starts on the power play. McDavid is to his left. Maroon to his right. There's a shot. The
draw.
choice for everyday performance. Drink the
Cross for goal, Horvat.
Shoulders.
Next key. 1 hour 9 minutes. 1 hour 9 minutes 16 seconds.
Tom Young.
1 hour 8 minutes. 1 hour.
Edler back to Daniel Sedin. Long shot off the end of the glove of Talbot.
0% vertically scroll.
And here's McDavid trying to get around Stetcher. Got a piece of him, and that allowed Markstrom to come out and clear the puck. Daniel Sedin bounces one in from center. Klefbom goes back. Henrik Sedin ties him up. Russell, that is. Now Hutton intercepts. Shoots. He missed high on the short side. Long shot from the blue line. Blocked by Biega. And now he's under pressure from Nugent-Hopkins. Trying to find the trailer. That was Draisaitl. Broken up by Daniel Sedin, who clears the zone. Minute into the third. Russell controls the puck at his own blue line. Schlepperstedt in on the left wing. Stops to get away from Granlund. Pass across. Mark Fane had it bounce off his skate. He rings one around to the far side. Kassian's onto the ice. Letestu down for Schlepperstedt. Spinning to find some room. He shoots. Hit the crossbar. And the puck goes out of play.
Tonight's Edmonton Oilers power plays are brought to you by BioSteel. Drink the pink.
Well, it's shot by Schlepperstedt. Over Jacob Markstrom's shoulder. Zach Kassian and Ben Hutton. Kassian tries to go hard to the net. Creates some traffic, and Hutton's trying to take him. Kassian does a nice job, and Markstrom has that one hit the crossbar and stay out. Shoulders up, even with the crossbar.
Lucas Spies against the puck off the draw. Finds Sven Berchi. Cross for goal, Horvat. Virtanen going to the net. Horvat couldn't control the puck lately. Now Virtanen hits the official with his pass. Regains control in deep for Horvat. Goal, Horvat sends one across the top of the crease. Here's Virtanen from the other side. Again, across the top of the crease, and the puck deflects all the way down the ice. Tomo Ruutu over the Oiler line. Long shot. Talbot knocked it down. Klefbom was there to take it away. Puljujärvi in on the right wing. Pass back, picked off. Ruutu skates to center. Pass for Emerson Edom. Shoots off the shoulder of Talbot. Following up was Brendan Gaunce. Couldn't get clean contact. And Puljujärvi sends one forward off Maroon and down into the Vancouver zone. Biega through center. In on the defense. Shoots. Stick save. Henrik Sedin. Hook. Will be a penalty to Milan Lucic. Delayed call. Now the whistle blows. Will be through center. In on the defense. Shoots. Stick save. Henrik Sedin. Hook. Will be a penalty to Milan Lucic. Delayed call. Now the whistle blows. Lucic, who got the sticky on the Canuck captain, will put Vancouver onto its first power play.
Canucks look a little better, quite a bit better here in the third period, getting some shots. The defense jumping up into the play, and Milan Lucic, after the Biega shot, the rebound comes out. He hooks Henrik Sedin, gets over the shoulder.
Canucks are 3 for 23 on the power play in the preseason.
October.
Larson controls the left point.
And back the other way come the Oilers. Pitlick scores!
Shot centered by Connor McDavid, and we got a 1-0 lead. The Oilers having power, play goal.
Another turnover. Tyler Pitlick takes advantage.
Other side,
And this is almost a bad read by Larson. He gets caught flat-footed, allows his man to go through, but what a play by Larson. Bringing it up,
Some
quick
shots,
transition
jumping
game,
up
and
into the play,
sometimes
and
simpler is better.
Lucic,
This is a simple
after
play
the
where you're
Diego
looking
shot,
for
the
pass
rebound
all the
comes
way,
out,
and instead of
Henrik
making the
Sedin
pass,
gets over the
the
shoulder.
quick release gets under the arm of Elliott. For Elliott, a disappointing start. This one goes right underneath. He overplayed it to the outside, and it found room underneath the elbow.
Tyler Pitlick's been a 5-year pro. Just about every time he gets close to being a regular, he's been hurt. And he
October 12th. NHL.
In the preseason, Daniel City keeping track down to Henrik City. Sutter and Eriksson, the other members of the power play unit. Eriksson drags one in front, stopped by Talbot as he put it on the
Fire
board.
background.
Henrik City
0% vertical scroll.
to the blue line. Larson, Daniel City, Larson. Henrik City one-timer kicked out. Rebound went right by Sutter. And here's Zach Kassian putting one out of play. And I think from just inside his own blue line, nope, they'll bring the face-off outside the line.
Louis Eriksson going to the front of the net. That's how he got his power play goal last game. Gets a rebound, tried to pull it to the forehand. They looked okay last game, but not great.
Eriksson's goal came right after a power play expired. The Daniel City shot that went in off his skate.
Off his skate, and then he got another one that Dennis Weidman knocked down from behind the net. Came right to him in front.
Right after a power play
October 0/2016.
expired. The Daniel City shot that went in off
0%
his
vertical
Off
scroll.
his skate, and then he got another one that Dennis Weidman knocked down from behind the net. Came right to him in front.
Puck right for the play again, this time by Klefbom, and that will bring the face-off deep into the Oilers zone. We're still a minute 27 to go on the power play.
The Oilers' defense last year was definitely a problem. Part of it was Oscar Klefbom only played 30 games. He was hurt. That was a big part of it. They expect he will be one of the mainstays this year.
Sutter wins the draw. Henrik City tried to get it to Sutter. It was picked off. And the puck cleared down the ice. Larson drops. Wasn't a very good pass. Sutter had to reach for it. Now his pass picked off, and Adam Larson shoots it all the way down. Bull Horvat out there now with Berchi and Granlund. Hutton and Edler on defense. Horvat banks one back. Hutton to Edler. Sends one across. Shot stopped by Talbot. Stopped the rebound as well off Granlund after originally stopping Berchi. Scores on the backhand. Put it in under the bar. And Sven Berchi on the power play tied the game at 2. Sven Berchi on the power plays tied the game at 2.
Talbot.
Oh boy, good puck move. It's a bit better. It's over the shoulder. After Dean gets over the shoulder.
Canucks are 3 for 23 on the power play in the preseason.
Oilers.
For 23 on the power play
Thanks to Connor McDavid with the
in the preseason.
10th point of the season.
Larson controls at the left point. Now hit. Larson drops. Wasn't a very good pass. Sutter had to reach for it. Now his pass picked off, and Adam Larson shoots it all the way down. Bull Horvat out there now with Berchi and Granlund. Hutton and Edler on defense. Horvat banks one back. Hutton to Edler. Sends one across. Shot stopped by Talbot. Stopped the rebound as well off Granlund after originally stopping Berchi. Scores on the backhand. put it in under the bar.
On the look at that.
Canucks 3 in the second. They've outshot Oilers 7-0 to begin the third. But here comes Edmonton. McDavid turning with the puck. Left bomb to Adam Larson. Long shot gloved by Jacob Markstrom. And he hangs on for the whistle. Introducing Sportsnet Now, a new way to live stream sports. All you need is the internet. Stream the Blue Jays and Rangers ALDS rematch, the NHL, NBA, and more. Sign up today and watch every ALDS game for free. Visit sportsnet.ca/now. Sven Berchi, the equalizing goal here in the third. That shot by Adam Larson, the first of the period for the Oilers. Here in the third. That shot by Adam Larson, the first of the period for the Oilers.
This is 7th of the season. 1-0 score.
David down the game. McDavid. Pass all the way to the far side. Gauntz brings the puck out. Ahead to Rucci. Pass for Even, broken up. Gauntz follows up, cuts to the backhand, now turns and tries to center. That deflected across the goal mouth. Now thrown in front again. Rucci gets it once more. Ben Hutton fakes the shot. Plays it in deep. Gauntz after the puck. Rucci swings it back to Alex Biega. Down to Rucci. Here's Hutton. Lets it go. Right pad saved by Talbot. Rucci. Plays one in behind the goal. Everly there. Taps it free to Larson, who takes one to the other side to Klefbom. Lead pass. McDavid reached to make contact. And he heads to the bench. Alex Edler, the second assist on the goal, now has 6 assists in the preseason. Highest scoring defenseman in the preseason, I believe, John. At least he was heading in.
And the Oilers have had problems killing penalties in the preseason. Right around 72%.
Henrik Sedin couldn't negotiate that pass. It's an icing call. And speaking of Alex Edler, another assist in this game here in the third.
And John, you talked about it. He had 3 assists in the one game. The game against Edmonton, too. The power play assist in this one. Been able to get the shots through. I think having Eric Goodbranson on the team will really help Alex Edler. Won't be as much pressure to be as physical. One game. The game against Edmonton, too. Assists in the one game. The game against Edmonton, too. The power play assist in this one. Been able to get the shots through. I think having Eric Goodbranson on the team will really help Alex Edler. Won't be as much pressure to be as physical.
Certainly take away some of the more onerous matchups, you would think. Daniel Sedin to Henrik Sedin. Henrik out the near side. Louis Eriksson. Back to Larson. In front, Henrik tried to tip it on goal. Daniel Sedin across for Henrik, and the pass was blocked. Canucks hold the puck in. Lucas Spiza dumps one down to the corner. Daniel Sedin there, up to Henrik. Pass for Daniel, knocked away. Draisaitl brings the puck out. Gains center and dumps it in. More shots here in the third through a little over 7 minutes, and the Canucks had in the first 40, and now they're getting another power in the third through a little over 7 minutes, and the Canucks had in the first 40, and now they're getting another power as Nurse took down Hansen. Darnell Nurse heading off for tripping, and the Canucks in a tie game, back to the man advantage.
Save stores around BC for only $8.99, hidden inside every calendar. A unique code. Pick up your copy. You can enter to win one of 40 Canucks ticket packs. Visit Canucks.com/calendar to find out more.
Here's the play. Yannick Hansen goes wide for Darnell Nurse. And right hand out. Gets the tripping penalty.
I think the Oilers are upset. They thought Daniel Sedin could have gotten a penalty on the previous shift when Slepyshev went down. Instead, it's the Canucks onto their second straight power play here in the third after tying the game with gotten a penalty on the previous shift when Slepyshev went down.
Burning fire back.
Instead, it's the Canucks onto their second straight power play here in the third after tying the game with their...
Here's the play yet.
Play keyboard shortcut K button. Pause keyboard. Goal. YouTube video player.
And right hand out.
Leave menu item. Leave menu item check. Goal scored in large
The
font.
Oilers are upset. They thought Daniel Sedin could have gotten a penalty on the previous shift when Slepyshev went down.
Seek slider at 0 minutes.
Penalty.
The tripping penalty.
I think the Oilers are upset. They thought
vertically
Daniel
scrolled.
Sedin could have gotten a penalty on the previous shift when Slepyshev went down. A penalty on the previous shift when Slepyshev went down. Instead, it's the Canucks onto their second straight power play here in the third after tying the game with their initial man advantage.
Darnell Nurse. Play-by-play and right hand out. The tripping penalty.
I think the Oilers are upset.
Slider at 0 minutes. Pause keyboard shortcut.
On the previous shift when Slepyshev went down. Instead, it's the Canucks onto their second straight power play here in the
NHL
third.
October. Play key. 0%. YouTube video. 0% vertically scrolled.
After tying the game with their initial man advantage.
NHL.
When Slepyshev went down.
0% vertically
Instead,
scrolled.
it's the Canucks onto their second straight power play here in the third after tying.
And out. The tripping penalty.
I think the Oilers are upset. They thought Daniel Sedin could have gotten a penalty on the previous shift when Slepyshev went down. Thought Daniel Sedin could have gotten a penalty on the...
Goes wide, Darnell Nurse. Play-by-play and right hand out. The tripping penalty.
I think the Oilers are upset. They thought Daniel Sedin could have gotten a penalty.
Goes wide, Darnell Nurse. Play-by-play and right hand out. The tripping penalty.
I think the Oilers are...
Play-by-play and right hand out. The tripping penalty.
Goal scored.
I think the Oilers are upset. They thought Daniel Sedin could have gotten a penalty.
NHL.
Calendar to find out more.
Play keyboard shortcut K button. Pause keyboard shortcut. Play keyboard shortcut K button. Goal scored. 0% vertical. Goals. App, address and search bar edit. Kick. Search mode cancelled.
Don't forget to tune in.
At every calendar, a unique code calendar to
0%
find out more.
vertically scrolled.
Oilers are
Here's the play yet. Hansen goes wide, Darnell Nurse. Play-by-play and right hand out. The tripping penalty.
I think the Oilers are upset. They thought Daniel Sedin could have gotten a penalty.
The tripping penalty.
I think the Oilers are upset. They thought Daniel Sedin could have gotten a penalty on the
Tripping penalty. Darnell Nurse. Play-by-play and right hand out. The tripping penalty.
I think the Oilers are upset. They thought Daniel Sedin could have gotten a penalty on the previous shift when Slepyshev went down. Instead, on the previous shift when Slepyshev went down. Instead, it's the Canucks onto their second straight power play here in the third after time.
Right hand out. The tripping penalty.
I think the Oilers are upset. They thought Daniel Sedin could have gotten
Goal scored in large.
penalty.
I think the Oilers are upset. They thought Daniel Sedin could have gotten a penalty on the previous shift when
NHL
Slepyshev
October
went down.
08/26. 0% vertically scrolled. 0.
Instead, it's the Canucks onto their second straight power play here in the
0%
third
vertically
after tying the game with their initial. It's the Canucks onto their second straight power play here in the third after time. Instead, it's the Canucks onto their second straight power play here in the third after tying the
11
game
minutes
with their initial man advantage. High game back.
Packs is at Canucks.com/calendar to
10
find
minutes
out more.
8 minutes 30. 7 minutes.
Russell turns wide.
knows that he has to get his mark in the National Hockey League. Bad timing there as Russell turned around
The Oilers are
with the
upset. They
reverse
thought Daniel
pass, and
Sedin
Kachuk
could have
didn't
gotten
lay
a
up
penalty
in time.
on the previous
So
shift
the
when
first penalty and
Slepyshev
an
went
early
down.
opportunity for the Oilers to get this
Instead,
crowd.
it's the Canucks onto their second straight
Russell
power play
turned
here in
around
the third
with
after
the
tying the
reverse
game
pass,
with their
and Kachuk
initial
didn't lay
man
up in
advantage.
time. So the first penalty and an early opportunity for the Oilers to get
which produced the
bad
goal.
timing there as Russell turned around
Slepyshev went down.
with the reverse pass, and Kachuk
Instead,
didn't
it's
lay
the
up in
Canucks onto
time.
their second straight
So
power
the
play
first
here in the
penalty
third
and an
after
early
tying the game
opportunity
with their
for the Oilers to get this crowd back on their feet.
Power plays brought to you by BioSteel Sports Nutrition, the natural choice for everyday performance. Drink the pink. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins starts on the power play. McDavid is to his left. Maroon to his right. There's a shot from the point. Oscar Klefbom jumped in. Sports Nutrition, the natural choice for everyday performance. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins starts on the power play. McDavid is to his left. Maroon to his right.
Here's Nurse heading off for 0%. Sergachev went down. Instead, it's the Canucks onto their second straight power play here in the third after tying the game with their initial man advantage. They start with the second unit, which produced the goal. And Hutton ahead to Bo Horvat. Brings one around. Granlund there with the skate. Tips the puck to the end boards. Baertschi hustles to it. Gets it to Horvat. Quickly back towards Edler, but it hit the official. And McDavid brings the puck out. Knocked down by Hutton. He'll send one quickly ahead to Sven Baertschi. Drops to Horvat. Makes a move for the middle. Bo Horvat in. Tried a drag move. Lost the puck in his skates. Adam Larsson. One hand to the side, and Andrei Sekera sends it all the way down the ice. Markstrom didn't come out. Pouliot onto the puck, but Edler winds up with it for Vancouver. Power play is half over. 2-2 tie as Larsson rushes the puck ahead. Pass to Eriksson, who's poke checked. And now the Canucks offside. And that stops play.
Canucks having trouble getting set up. They did have the puck in the offensive zone, and Bo Horvat's pass hit the referee. And I wonder about the Henrik and Daniel. They are excited about having Louis Eriksson on this team. They played together. They played in the puck in the offensive zone, and Bo Horvat's pass hit the referee. And I wonder about the Henrik and Daniel. They are excited about having Louis Eriksson on this team. They played together. They played in the puck in the offensive zone, and Bo Horvat's pass hit the referee. And I wonder about the Henrik and Daniel. They are excited about the zone, and Bo Horvat's pass hit the referee. And I wonder about the Henrik and Daniel. They are excited about having Louis Eriksson on this team. They played together. They played in the Olympics in 2010, World Championships, World Cup, played as a line.
Sutter knocked down by Letestu, and the puck is cleared. Cassian hustling after it. Daniel Sedin steps in front of him and works the puck free to Philip Larsson. 25 seconds to go on the power play. Eriksson to Henderson. 25 seconds to go on the power play. Eriksson to Henrik Sedin. Drops to Daniel Sedin. Daniel back to Larsson. Wrist shot off the stick of Nugent-Hopkins. Henrik Sedin back to Larsson again. Daniel Sedin cross to Henrik. Puck went past him. He gets it again. Back to Larsson. One-timer blocked, and the puck ricochets out to center. Here comes Nugent-Hopkins in one-on-one with a wrist shot over top of the goal. Sketcher delays. Makes a nice play to Daniel Sedin. Ahead to Ruutu. Chases in after the puck. Russell steps into him. Spiza held it in. No, he didn't. It's outside the line, but the Canucks tag up and play continues.
Are these the same two teams we saw in the second period?
Almost halfway through the third. Puck out of play for the. Patrick Maroon with a sharp angle shot, blockered away by Markstrom. Nurse holds the puck in. Stetcher trying to stay with Draisaitl. Now Puljujärvi loses the puck. Jannik Hansen has in on the left wing. Drops for Brendan Gaunce. Centers Hansen stopped by Talbot. Nice save there. On the hard centering pass, tipped on goal. Canucks better in the third. have the equalizer, trying to create the go-ahead goal by Connor McDavid.
Home game this season and are online for your chance to win tickets to an upcoming game where your child will go on an exclusive arena tour and watch the warm-up from the Canucks. The contest.canucks.com/junior-trainer to enter.
See John Sanderson's medical room. That was fascinating. Shots are 11-2 in favor of the Canucks here in the third.
Tale of two periods. Virtanen tried one there, didn't get through. No goal. The Testu's lost his stick. He goes to retrieve it. As Klefbom looks up ice, long pass for Slepyshev. Biega trying to angle it. Off takes the puck. Gets it to the line. Held in. Berchi throws it across to Ben Hutton. Nice move at center to get around Cassian, and he plays the puck into the Oilers' end. 9 minutes to go in the third. 1-0 Oilers. Nice moves from Jannik Hansen on the backhand. Centers, and Sutter couldn't make contact. Pass might have just ticked off an Oilers stick on the way through. Stetcher fanned on his pass, and he's in some trouble. Oilers tee it up to the side. Everly with a shot, and Markstrom the save. After Stetcher fanned trying to get the puck across to Alex Edler.
Jannik Hansen's had a very good third period. We started this game with Henrik and Daniel Sedin, switched lines, and Jannik Hansen goes wide, throws it across. Brandon Sutter just can't make contact. Troy Stetcher tried to look up, but McDavid was on him right away. Jacob Markstrom with another good stop.
You got Connor McDavid on you. You might be trying to rush things a little bit. Blocker saved by Markstrom. Rebound loose at the side. Lucic forces it to the near boards. Pass to Everly. McDavid across, just out of the reach of Nurse, who was moving down from the line. Oilers hold it in. Everly on the backhand. Couldn't get the shot through. Blocked by Troy Stetcher. Weak clearing attempt by Granlund was held in. And here's Lucic. Darnell Nurse to Jordan Everly, back to Nurse. Long wrist shot wide. Lucic gets the loose puck. Nice pass back. Nurse again into the glove of Markstrom. And he hangs on to stop play. A new NHL season begins with an all-Canadian doubleheader. Leafs and Senators, Flames, and the Oilers. The Stars collide on Scotiabank Wednesday Night Hockey. Season opener this Wednesday on Sportsnet. First game, 3:30 Pacific. And then the Oilers and the Flames will ride the doubleheader nightcap. Spiza had trouble moving that puck. Stays in the Vancouver zone. Pouliot battling for it. Draisaitl centering pass comes to Pouliot. Went right through his legs. And here's Draisaitl. Hooks one in deep for Nugent Hopkins. Pushed away from the puck by Spiza. Larson easily knocked off it by Sekera. And now it's cleared around and out. And back goes Chris Russell for the Oilers. Pressured by Daniel Sedin. Makes a pass to Draisaitl. Circles his net. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins turns into Ben Hutton. Tomo Rucci plays the puck out. He was belted to the ice by Pouliot, who now takes a lead pass. Rucci winds up with it. Put Biega in a tough spot, and it winds up going out of play at the Vancouver bench for a face-off. Do it. Squirts free to Ben Hutton. Now Berchi in on the left wing. Larson stepped into him. Berchi gets the puck again. Checked as he tried to center it. He's after it. Once more behind the goal. Comes free to Puljujärvi. He clears it out to center. Rink wide. Edom is in. Emerson Edom with a nice move. Puts one off the outside of the post. The net was then knocked off by Lander. And that stops play.
Edmonton Oilers, string of 40 lost seasons, and you look at the Nail Yakupov trade, and from 2012 back to 2007, 5 of their 7 draft picks first, and a couple of them first overall, are no longer playing for the Edmonton Oilers. And Jeff Petrie and people like that are now gone. But with this new building and Connor McDavid.
Sorry, I thought you'd say like Taylor Hall. I wasn't expecting Jeff Petrie's.
Well, I was going back because I was going back so far. I was thinking, okay.
Oh, sorry. Who has more fun?
Yes.
Zach Kassian couldn't take that one cleanly. Stetcher across to Hansen. Fan, but now gets it through to Granlund, whose shot whistles over top of the goal. Spiza onto the ice. In deep for Granlund. Tried to drop it back. Kassian picks it up. Under 6 minutes to go in the third. A 2-2 tie.
1-0 Oiler lead. A 1-0 Oiler lead by Connor McDavid.
Here comes McDavid. Wide. Centers. Loose. And Markstrom knocked it away from Lucic.
Talbot.
McCain gets the loose puck, rushing him, so he brings the puck out. Fires it up the left side. Lucic steps in. Milan Lucic. Shot stopped by Markstrom. Henrik Sedin gets the loose puck. Long pass ahead. This is Louis Eriksson. Leaves the puck for Ben Hutton. Down to Eriksson. Across Henrik. To Eriksson. Knocked out of the air by McDavid. I don't know if that was heading in. But he was in the goal crease, and he was able to clear the puck. Here's Ben Hutton. Shoots. That just went wide as it changed direction, and Talbot was leaning the wrong way. Lucic taken down, no call. But then it looked like Henrik Sedin maybe stepped on the puck, and he's laboring a bit as the Canuck captain heads to the bench. Seems to be all right. We'll keep an eye on that. Here's Draisaitl with some room on the left wing. Nugent Hopkins. Ruliak from behind the goal. Drops one back. It's a return pass. Dropped by him. Larson bodied by Ruutu. Here's Draisaitl. Spiza steps into him. Nugent Hopkins gets the puck. In for Draisaitl. Spiza blocked his pass. Taps the puck free. And it comes to Brendan Gauntz, who brings it up. Trying to get behind Klefbom. Larson comes back. Gauntz steps into him. Pouliot after the loose puck, and Gauntz bodies him as well. Under 4 minutes to go in the third. Hutton intercepts and knocks the puck back over the Oiler line.
This game.
Klefbom.
Let's go
Red
on this
by Horvat. In on the left wing.
Oilers are trying to go 7-1.
Martin. Klefbom. The puck for the whistle. Chips it in deep. Here's Sutter.
You remember the Talbot up and over
To go.
Full screen keyboard shortcut.
Of their first lead.
0%.
With under 2.5 to go. He made it a play.
Well, that's good.
Klefbom. Larson comes back. Gauntz steps into him. Pouliot after the loose puck, and Gauntz bodies him as well.
Short. Next keyboard. Slider at 1 hour 33 minutes 1 seconds at 1 hour 40 minutes 46 seconds.
Hutton intercepts and knocks the puck back over the Oiler line. Klefbom. Read well by Horvat. In on the left wing. He shoots, and challenging was Talbot, who makes the save and hangs on to the puck.
1 hour 30.
Read well by Horvat. In on the left wing. He
0%
shoots,
score.
and challenging was Talbot, who makes the save and hangs on to the puck over the whistle. Close call, the Oilers in. McDavid there in the nick of time. Got a pitching was Talbot, who makes the save and hangs on to the puck for the whistle. Close call, the Oilers hit the
1 hour
save
30.
and
1 hour 30.
hangs on to the puck
Current
for the
value
whistle.
5,603. 1 hour 33 minutes. 1 hour 33 minutes. 1 hour 33 minutes 23 seconds at 1 hour 40 minutes 46 seconds.
McDavid there in the nick of time.
1 hour 33 minutes. 1 hour 33 minutes.
Talbot, who makes the save and Hangs on to the puck for the whistle.
1 hour 33. 1 hour 33. 1 hour 33 minutes. 1 hour. Goals for the large hockey arena. 0% vertically scroll.
Hangs on to the puck for the whistle. Close call. The Oilers in. And McDavid there in the nick of time.
Huge power
Call.
play.
The Oilers in. McDavid there in the nick of time. Close call.
Go to the game to watch this guy play. Ovechkin, Crosby, and now Connor McDavid. Look at the plays he makes and the chances that he creates. Jordan Eberle, a couple of point-blank chances that Jacob Markstrom robbed him on. And then McDavid scores himself in tight. Who would have thought that would have gone in? And then defensively, perfect spot. Louis Eriksson tips that one, and McDavid's right there to make the save.
We'll never know if it was heading in for sure, but he made it a moot point. And Hutton. Pass ahead. Knocked away by Letestu. Talbot to Kane. Weak clearing attempt. Horvat makes a nice move in the corner. So Horvat out the far side. Turns with a shot blocked. Viega chips it in deep. Second shift in a row. Emerson Edom has been here with Horvat and Berchi in place of Jake Virtanen. Granlund was in front.
That was Mark Bain who got in front of that one.
Here's Sutter. Drops one back. Edler towards the goal. Topped in by Granlund.
By Cam Talbot.
That was Mark Bain who got in front of that one.
Granlund was in front.
That was Mark Bain who got in front of that one.
Here's Sutter.
That was Mark Bain who got in front of that one.
Here's Sutter.
That was Mark Bain who got in front of that one. Canucks still hadn't had his
First lead with under 2.5 to go.
First lead.
At the 12-minute mark of the second period, and the Canucks still hadn't had a shot.
Honestly, you could have played Sweet Georgia Brown in the building.
The Vancouver
It's been a different team here in the third.
Marcus Granlund, assisted by number 20,
Puck escapes the zone.
Edler, and number 20, Brandon
Eberle,
Sutter.
McDavid had to let it go, would have been offside. Marks him out of his net to Stetcher.
Vancouver goal by Granlund, assisted by Edler.
Here's Louis
and
Eriksson
Sutter,
moving in.
17-26.
Eriksson with a wrist shot over top of the goal. Hutton gets a return pass, long shot, off a glove. Eberle got in front of it. Puck cleared to center. Intercepted by Spiza. He wrists it back in. 90 seconds left. Canucks leading 3-2. 90 seconds left. Canucks leading 3-2.
Oilers leading 1-0.
Nugent Hopkins in. Wide on Spiza. Puts one in front. Markstrom knocked it away. Draisaitl was going hard to the net. And now it's chopped over the Oiler blue line by Brendan Gaunce. Berchi steps into his man. Gaunce taking a turn here with Berchi and Horvat.
Last minute of play.
And we're into the final minute. The Oilers have pulled the goalie.
7-1.
And an icing call with...
And I'm sure the game went on to Alex.
Berchi makes substitute.
Horvat.
Settle the extras. The 5 forwards out there.
Goals for the
0%
vertical.
defenseman. McDavid in to the blue line. Sekera. Connor McDavid. Point pass. Eberle had to go off the heel of his stick, and it's chopped out by Gaunce. Here's an empty net for Granlund. He missed, but he was on the Oilers' side of center.
October 12th.
So the clock keeps running with 20 seconds to go.
Pause keyboard. Click. And
Now he's trapped. And back the other way come the Oilers. Take the season. He scores!
0% vertically scroll.
The clock doesn't run out until 9 seconds left in the third period. And Patrick Maroon
Another turnover. Tyler Pitlick takes advantage.
And now the Oilers lead.
This is almost a bad read by Larson. He
takes advantage.
And this is almost a bad read by Larson. He gets caught flat-footed, allows his man to go through, but what a play by Russell breaking it up. Quick transition game, and sometimes simpler is better. This is a simple play where you're looking for the pass all the way, and instead of making the pass, the quick release gets under the arm of Elliott. A disappointing start. This one goes right underneath. He overplayed it to the outside, and it found room underneath the elbow.
Tyler Pitlick's been a 5-year pro, and just about every time he gets close to being a regular, he's been hurt, and he's in this opening night lineup.
Release gets under the arm of action game, and sometimes simpler is better. This is a simple play where you're looking for pass all the way, and instead of making the pass, the quick release gets under the arm of Elliott. For Elliott,
Doug Lidster talking to Oilers still hold an edge.
Oilers hold an edge.
Oilers still hold an edge.
0% vertically scroll.
So the Oilers.
Doug Lidster talking to what they're going to do defensively. Doug Lidster talking to what they're going to do defensively. Troy Stetcher and Lidster talking to what they're going to do defensively. Troy Stetcher and out there with Alex Edler. Talking to what they're going to do defensively.
Complimentary, YouTube.
Troy Stetcher and out there with Alex Edler.
Gonks, Horvat, Berchi,
do defensively.
0%
Lidster
vertically
talking
scroll.
to what they're going to do defensively. Troy Stetcher and talk.
4K red smoke screensaver 1 hour infinite loop 3 going back.
Doug Lidster
0%
talking to
vertically scroll.
what they're going to do
Team slider.
defensively.
YouTube
Troy
video play.
Stetcher and
Loop menu item
out there
checkbox
with
unchecked.
Alex Edler.
Goal scored in large hockey. Banner guide button. Play keep.
Gonks, Horvat,
What they're going to do defensively. Troy Stetcher
0% vertically scroll.
out there with Alex Edler.
Goals. NHL October 08/20. 0% vertically scroll. October 12/2016. Pause keyboard shortcut.
disappointing
0%
start. This
vertically
one.
scroll.
Gonks, Horvat, Berchi, the full.
Oilers still hold an edge. Doug Lidster talking to what they're going to do defensively. Troy. Doug Lidster talking to what they're going to do. Doug Lidster talking to what they're. Doug Lidster talking to what. Doug Lidster talking to what they're going to do. They're still hold an edge. Doug Lidster talking to what they're going to do defensively. Troy Stetcher and out there with Alex Edler.
Gonks, Horvat, Berchi.
Doug Lidster talking to face-offs. Got
Timeout, Edmonton.
Todd McClellan calls his timeout, and I'm sure that's why he is calling his timeout, to give McDavid a little rest.
Timeout, Edmonton.
Face-offs got more, and as the game went on, Oilers still hold an edge.
Oilers still got 1-0.
Doug Lidster talking to what they're going to. Doug Lidster talking to with Alex Edler.
Gonks, Horvat, Berchi, the forwards. Canucks don't mind the timeout either after the icing, as they can't make substitutions.
Oh, yeah, you don't. Horvat and Gonks, who could both take face-offs.
It will be Horvat against McDavid. It will be Horvat.
0% verdict.
Good goal this season.
Another turnover. Tyler Pitlick takes advantage.
And this is almost a bad read by Larson. He gets caught flat-footed, allows his man to go through, but what a play by Russell breaking it up. Quick transition game, and sometimes simpler is better. This is a simple play where you're looking for pass all the way, and instead of making the pass, the quick release gets under the arm of Elliott. For Elliott, a disappointing start. This one goes right underneath. He overplayed it to the outside, and it found room underneath the elbow.
Tyler Pitlick's been a 5-year pro, and just about every time he gets close to being a regular, he's been hurt. He's in this opening night lineup, and he gets a goal. Won their first game.
1 hour, 40 minutes.
7-4 over Calgary.
NHL update. Vancouver shortstop game. 0% verdict score.
The final.
Just one final notice that the Battle of Alberta is on, and will continue Friday in Calgary.
The Canucks, after getting steamrolled in second, have a strong third. Marcus Granlund against the winner. Jacob Markstrom stops 34 shots. And Canucks win 3-2.
Look to get a shot in. Larson back in the back. Chuck goes after him. I agree, Jim. That's the great thing about playing a rival 2 days later. It creates great opportunity for Calgary to bounce back.
Shots 18-3 in the second
October
period in
12th.
favor of the Oilers.
And what a great start
We're only
to
one
this
shot down.
YouTube video play.
Markstrom,
0% verdict score.
Brendan Sutter, and John, your 3 stars.
Well, my 3 stars. Marcus Granlund gets the game-winning goal and an integral part of the tying goal. Brandon Sutter goal.
That many will
And
recognize
assist for 3 shots in double
certainly in Alberta. And Alberta
every time he's on the
is
ice,
where
he makes
we are
something
to
happen.
kick off the
He
battle
is worth the
of
price
this
of
province
admission.
between Edmonton
He gets first
and
star.
Calgary. And you recognize him, don't you? We should. Everyone
Canucks'
does.
first visit.
Connor McDavid coming off
Rogers
his
Place in
kickoff.
Edmonton against their division rivals, the Oilers, teams that finished second last and last in the West last year. Canucks come back in the third to win it. They open their season a week from now against Calgary. 3-2 the final. Sportsnet Central is next.